Hello, everyone. Good evening. How are you? How is everyone doing? Welcome to today's session. It's a bright evening, almost the end of the day. And today's topic, as I promised you, we are going to start on a series on 5 ways in which I try to handle burnout in my life as a mother, as a staff, an employee, and let's talk about it. Let's dig deep. But before I continue, my name is Coach Wambui. I'm the Feminine Flow Group founder and coach. I coach women on how to lean more on their feminine energy and to recognize which energy they're operating. As we said, we have both masculine and feminine energies operating within us. It's not a gender issue, it's a life issue. It's just we have both feminine and masculine energies. Both men and women have both. And so if you lean so much on your masculine energy, you can find yourself facing burnout. It's not wrong to be in your masculine energy because masculine energy helps us to, plan, to execute, to be go-getters, to work, to be business women. And feminine energy allows us to be. Masculine energy is a chasing energy, and in life we have to chase dreams. But feminine energy allows us to just exist, to be calm, to be collected. And there's no right or wrong way to exist in the world. However, the topic of the day is not about masculine and feminine energy. The topic of the day is about burnout. And if you've been following my series and my YouTube videos, and thank you so much for the way you're showing up on TikTok. So if you've been following what I talk about, at the Feminine Flow Group, we believe in rest. Rest is a rebellious act. In a life where everything is so fast paced, we are valued according to our productivity. When you allow yourself to rest and to be calm, it's a rebellious act. We are not expected to be resting as women. And I call this session of the day burnout in high functional women, because you are burning out because you are handling it all. You're handling everything and you're managing to stay afloat and you're managing to keep everyone alive. You're the captain of whatever ship you are driving, or I don't know what people call driving a ship or piloting a ship. You're managing everything, you're handling everything, and it's getting to a point where you might need to relinquish control of some of the things you're managing. And just to be very clear, this session is not a substitute or an option for therapy. There's still room for therapy, there's still room for mental health practitioners. Go and access whoever is accessible to you. This session should not be a diagnosis for you. Please don't take this as a diagnosis. Take this as awareness. Okay? So, before we start our series that I promised on 5 ways in which I manage burnout, and the evening is here, the sun is up and down. So, I'm going to try and rush before it's totally dark. We're going to talk about types of burnout in women, and maybe you recognize this in you. And it's probably time for you to go and speak to your mental health practitioner to see how you can cope. Maybe it's time to take your leave days. I don't know. Seek help. Find something that works for you, okay? So we are going to dive deep. What are the types of burnout in women? And there are several. And we will have some to this series is not about diving deep into burnout, the whole series, because today is just a session. The series is how to cope, how to manage, how to find the equilibrium. So let's talk about types of burnout. Okay, number one, I think it's the one that we all talk about, the well known physical burnout. Number one, the body says we are done, we are tired, you have real fatigue. And it's not just fatigue of, oh, I walked some 20 kilometers and I'm tired, I need to sleep. This is constant, consistent fatigue even after sleeping. You wake up tired. Your body is grinding to a halt. Like the joints are refusing to joint. Um, Even after sleeping, you wake up tired, you have maybe headaches, maybe your body is telling you, no, we are crashing, body aches, your immunity is going down, hormonal issues, weight changes, everything. You wake up tired, like you are running in your dreams. And this normally comes from overworking, overexhaustion, overexhaustion, exerting yourself so much. We are not resting so much. We are not, taking good time to chill, to slow down, to sleep enough hours, whatever that means for you. So this is like you've been running up and down, and now you're tired, and your body is burnt out. That's physical burnout. Number two, emotional burnout. Like your heart is exhausted, and this one is a deep one because you will find that you feel numb or you feel detached from people, from your friends, from the relationships, your family. You start feeling irritable. This can be very common for women, especially mothers with younger children who are still dependent. Feeling irritable or snapping at people, snapping at your children, snapping at your colleagues at work because of, things that normally wouldn't be like sending you off. You being snappy, or you find yourself you cry easily, you get triggered very easily, you or the on the flip side, you're not feeling anything at all, again the numbness. And you can also start feeling compassion fatigue. Maybe you are caring so much about this person and the situation they're going through, but at this point you're like, I've given everything I have. I no longer have any other emotional basket to buffer people or to be there for people that normally you would be there for. And this, as I said, very common in moms, very common in caregivers, because you could be also taking care of elderly parents or patients or something like that, or you are the strong friend, you are the friend where people go to and you're like, guys, I'm done. I've been listening to your situation, it's not changing, you're not doing anything to change your situation, and I'm burnt out. I've heard about your trauma, I care about you, but now, like, I've reached the maximum, okay? So that's emotional burnout. And then there's mental burnout, and you can see it. A lot of times people talk about brain fog for writers or for creative people, or not just for those. Sometimes when you talk about premenopause, menopause, we talk about brain fog. Even certain times of your cycle, you can start experiencing brain fog, but this is just where the brain refuses to cooperate. We are done. And this, you can feel it when you start saying you're being very forgetful, you are lacking focus outside of normal other biological situations. Because I know when you talk about forgetfulness, especially in pregnancy, you might be experiencing it even though you're not burnt out. But when you're burnt out, the forgetfulness is really deep. You cannot focus on one area. And the second thing is you have decisions fatigue. And this, I think, when you think about people who are managing children, they're managing families, they're managing homes, businesses, you have several activities that you're doing, and you find yourself having decision fatigue. Even to choose what to eat for dinner is becomes such an uphill task. deciding what to wear, deciding where to take your children after church or something like that. Just managing even yourself or your family can be, you can see all the decisions you do, and you can even get paralyzed. Like, what do you mean I have to choose again what the children are going to wear? It's so tiring, the idea that this depends on you. And then another thing, another symptom of mental burnout can be overthinking. Like, you think so much, you spend so much time thinking. Overthinkers, hello. But then even after all the overthinking, you have zero clarity. There's no clarity. It doesn't, like, overthinking that doesn't lead to any progress. Okay, so you're just mulling over, turning it upside down, this whole scenario, but there's still zero clarity and the confusion is still there. So overthinking, as people like to call it. And overthinking in itself is not the problem, is like, what is the product, where are the byproducts? Okay, and then procrastination, like, you put off something that is easy to do, you procrastinate, I'll do it tomorrow. It's a bit mixed with perfectionism, but even it can just be the draining, feeling so drained, I can't manage right now. Feeling drained and feeling overwhelmed. This combination leads to procrastination, even for mundane, small things, small tasks. And this happens when your mind is not getting a break. You're not getting a break. Burnout type number 4, role burnout. Like, you're wearing too many hats and none of them is fitting. You are the mother, you are the single parents, hello. You are the mother. You are also the caregiver of your extended family, firstborn daughters. You are somebody that is employed, someone, there's so many roles that you're carrying. Very common for women, firstborn daughters there. You start feeling stretched across those roles. You're the mother, you're the employee, you're the partner, you're the wife, you're the daughter, everything. And all these roles, there are expectations. You feel burnout. And you start feeling like resentment is starting to come in. The question that keeps lingering in your mind is, who is taking care of me? I'm taking care of so many people. I'm taking care of children, even if it's one. I'm taking care of, I'm the church choir master. I don't know, the estate treasurer. I am the daughter that my parents are depending upon, blah, blah, blah. So you start feeling, I'm giving and giving and giving, my energy is draining out. And who is taking care of me? You start feeling that burnout and the resentment starts coming in. And then you start feeling, what is my true identity outside of these responsibilities? Who am I? If I wasn't someone's daughter, if I wasn't all these roles, all these hats I'm wearing, who am I? You start losing your identity because your energy is so spread out thin that there's no time for yourself. And it's not that you are incapable, it's actually that you're too capable and you've been handling it alone. So you start getting that role burnout. Okay. And let's talk about the fifth type of burnout: invisible labor burnout, the unseen load that you carry. This one is so underrated. Nobody talks about it. You are the plan. It's so related to the number 3. It's very related to the number 3, mental burnout, but it's the invisible labor burnout. Why? You are behind the scenes, you're the one planning everything. You're planning all your meals, your school trips, your daily school movements, birthdays, emotions of others. Behind the scenes, you have all these things you're managing. The mental load, you've not recognized how much mental load you're carrying. And despite everything you do, you still have the feelings of an appreciation. You're the project manager of several people's lives. no salary, no leave days. Okay. Number 6, purpose burnout. What is my purpose in this life? Purpose. You feel so exhausted till so deeply exhausted to your soul. Like, what am I doing with my life? My education and my where I thought I would be right now do not align. The fact that I'm a married woman, and the role I'm doing is both for a married woman and a married man that does being married and single is not aligning. Purpose burnout. You have no passion for anything that you used to love. You can't relate. You can't relate. What is my purpose in life? What am I doing? I feel misaligned. My life is not aligned at all. I should be in a partnership, but I actually feel alone. So there's a mismatch between your identity and your current, your identity. Let's say you identify as a, I don't know, as a saint, but your current everyday life is being a thief. So mismatch. So it happens a lot when you're, and we joke a lot with female friends, when you're married and you feel single, when you are maybe a very devoted religious person, but you feel mismatched because either your role or your job or your lifestyle is anti, it doesn't align, eh? So you start feeling empty and you start feeling disconnected. Like, I'm burnt out. My purpose on earth is, it makes no sense. And so those are 6 types of burnout. I'm trying to rush because I see the rain is coming. So when you think about those types of burnout, how do you know you're burnt out yourself? So definitely there are mental and emotional signs. Like, and burnout is not something that hits you like a slap on your face and tells you, "Bah, you're burnt out." No, it starts small, and you might think, I'm just tired for now, but then it starts escalating. And let's talk about it. Mental and emotional signs of burnout. For example, you start feeling overwhelmed by small tasks. Like, even the thought that it's you who's still gonna brush your own teeth burns you out. You're like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I remember, oh my gosh, yes, when my, in my previous life, I was so tired. Like, I couldn't tell where this fatigue was coming from. And my daughter's first words when she was maybe 2 years. Okay, those were not her first words. Among the first words that she knew, the first phrases was, I'm so tired. Because this is what I kept saying over and over again. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. And I would sleep and wake up and feel so tired. And my daughter, a small baby, who used to follow me around, say, I'm so tired. Because those were my words. I was seriously so tired. And it, I don't know if it became contagious. Luckily, this has evolved in a positive way. I no longer hear my children following me around like a duck with the ducklings moving in the water, and all the ducklings are saying, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I was so tired. I was very tired. And like, the idea that I'm the one who's gonna brush my teeth, I'm gonna comb my hair, just being overwhelmed by small tasks, or you're constantly anxious or on edge because, like, something is going to just disintegrate somewhere. Like, you feel, I'm just anxious. I didn't sleep well. I didn't finish all my tasks. The idea that I'm still the one to do all the tasks that are waiting for me just makes you feel anxious. And you fantasize, number 3, fantasize about disappearing or running away, even for just a day. And I remember again in my previous life as a burnt out person, I used to think, oh, if only I would go to the hospital and get an injection to sleep for 14 days because I just wanted to run away. And there was this TikTok sound that kept playing in my head. During COVID, there was this TikTok sound that kept saying, run away, run away. It was a man's voice, run away. And I just wanted to run away. And I used to have consistent dreams. I'm now off topic. Consistent dreams because my fatigue and my burnout was so like humongous. I used to dream I'm a small butterfly. It was very specific. A white butterfly in a lilac, light purple lilac room. There were no walls. There were no doors. There was no escape route. Feeling so trapped. And I used to feel like if only I could get a window and get out of this place. And this dream was so, this thing is called what? Repetitive. Yes, 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 yes. It was a repetitive dream. So you fantasize about disappearing or running away, even just for a day. And when I managed to do that, I would still come back and still feel tired. Um, Another thing about mental and emotional science is that you feel like you're failing even when you're doing a lot. Like there's no time to even celebrate your achievements. Yes, you've made such a wonderful presentation. We're so impressed, but inside you, you don't feel like it. It doesn't resonate. You don't even have time to celebrate yourself and your achievements because you're like on to the next. You don't feel like you have time to catch your breath. Huh? This is the thing. These are signs of mental and emotional signs. Of course, you can even find yourself crying a lot or over like you. I remember like okay, but this is related maybe to not being able to sleep as a mother with a young child, very early stage motherhood. I remember I had arrived early to the clinic and I hadn't slept for some days. This was like week 6 of the clinic, both for the mother and the child. And I was in the waiting area and I was thinking, okay, 2 people have gone. It should be my turn by now. And, you know, I went and I asked the receptionist, I mean, I've been waiting for some time. When is it my turn? And then she told me, no, there are 3 people ahead of you. Oh my God, I cried. I cried, crewed, and crowed in that clinic. I had to be whisked away because, like, I was crying, sobbing, and sobbing because, like, I couldn't handle an inconvenience, which normally is, an inconvenience. It's irritating, but it's not catastrophic. And that day, I felt the catastrophe of being told that there are 3 more people ahead of me. So you might find yourself crying for situations that normally wouldn't make you cry. Obviously, maybe I was also going through baby blues, but I hadn't slept for days. And when you're in Nairobi and you don't have external help aside from your nanny, not just in Nairobi, when you live in a city, your partner has to go to work, you're left with a nanny, you're not sleeping, the baby, la, la, la. Yeah, you can have, some emotional signs of burnout. Or you can just totally detach, like, I feel nothing, I am numb. I am just numb. I'm tired of being there for people. And when it's my turn, no one is there for me. So to protect yourself, you just cut it, shut it down, and you become a numb, a wall, and nothing touches you anymore. You can still have your empathy, but you can also develop signs of apathy towards the same people or the same cause, the same things that you felt really strongly about from a value system type of thing. Okay, that's the emotional and mental symptoms. Those are the mental and emotional symptoms, but you can also have behavioral symptoms. Again, I say this is not, do not substitute this session for a therapy session. Seek medical assistance if you see any of the signs, okay? Behavioral signs can be like you just want to withdraw from people. You're done. Withdraw from people. You just want to be left alone. You don't want to socialize anymore. You're done. You're done. Or you can be snapping at your loved ones or your children, your babies, for being babies. I like to remind myself and my friends who are raising children. Children are just children. They are doing strange things because that's their childhood, whatever capacity. They are just being children. So our role is to guide them as they maintain the being the them being children. Okay, we are not changing them into adults. But then when you find yourself snapping at them, being very impatient with them, being like you cannot handle this, you cannot handle your friends, your colleagues, you're snapping at them, they are really irritating you. That those could be signs. Or you feel like I don't want to deal with this anymore. Like I can't deal with this. Maybe it's your responsibilities. I don't want to deal with this anymore. And then you start feeling guilty. Like I said, I'm not taking care of this anymore. Then you go back, like you're back and forth. It could be a sign of burnout. Overworking yourself. We as women, we work a lot. I'm not saying men don't work, but this is a session for women. I only know about women. We overwork and then we crash. Like I need to finish this work by this evening, and then you crash uh after overworking, but then you're still gonna be the one to take care of the same thing. So you go back and you overwork and you crash. So there's this cycle of overworking and crashing, okay? um those can be some behavioral signs. It can be confusing. Like it can really be confusing because a lot of times our worth is measured according to our productivity, and when we are unable to be productive, it can be so you can be filled with guilt, and it can be so confusing, and we can repeat the cycle. Then there can be some physical signs, okay? Physical signs in your body, like you have chronic fatigue, you're just tired, as I was giving you this example, just tired. And you can sleep and wake up and even sleep till tomorrow, the next day at 2 p.m., and just wake up tired and it never ends. Or you can just have, you know, feeling that your sleep is not enough. Maybe you oversleep or you are not able even to get some sleep. You're not even able to fall asleep when you're tired. So it's a mess, and we need to know when it's time to seek medical assistance. Frequent illnesses, I don't know, maybe some people feel when they're stressed, they have frequent colds or backaches or shoulder aches or skin issues. We get breakouts as women, especially, you know, I know we get breakouts during our cycle, but we know very well that burnout and stress can actually have an impact on our hormones and can lead to breakouts, other issues. So if you see yourself getting skin issues, breakouts, I don't know what, hair loss, stomach issues, all these things, it's good to obviously see a doctor, check yourself, talk to somebody, put down your symptoms and see what else is going on in your life. So definitely burnout can be caused by a lot of things: overworking, consistent stress, a lot of things. But the session of the day is just to recognize burnout, types of burnout, how does burnout look like for you, could be different from another person. Some people, when they're burnt out, that's when they overwork, they use their last fuel in the tank, and some people just crash. And burnout can look different from one person to another, and it can even have an impact on your identity, on your and in your inner world. You can feel you don't recognize yourself anymore. You feel like you're just functioning, you're not living, you're just surviving. People say we're on survival mode. You are not living, nothing gives you joy. You crave rest, but you're not allowing it. Like, I want to rest, I want to go and sit down and do nothing, but you're not giving yourself real permission. You're resting while working, resting while scrolling. True rest is not coming into your life and into your body because you are not allowing it. You want to rest. The want is there. The body is willing, but the mind is unwilling, some kind of thing. Okay? Or you feel guilty for not doing anything. Like when you start resting, you start feeling guilty. Oh, I should be removing minji from the minji things. I should be removing maize from the maize cobs. Like, you feel that is resting, and maybe that is not what your body needs. So you start feeling guilty and you start giving yourself small work. Oh no, I'm just going to wash all these clothes, and then that's me resting. Or we like to say things like, for me, when I'm doing this activity, I feel rested, and that activity has a physical impact on your body, therefore it's not resting. The truth is, and I say this in the TikTok shorts, if you saw this, in women, burnout is often praised. We praise women who are burnt out, like, wow, she's so strong, she's so strong. And growing up, we enjoyed being called strong girls. Hey, you're a strong girl, you're a strong girl. And that's one way. And I know the people who say that did not have bad intentions, hopefully. But that's one way where we are like telling our girls, keep going, even when you're about to crash, keep going. She's so strong. She holds everything together. If Wamboy is not here, we cannot start this meeting. Or if Wamboy is not here, this family will crash. Hey, Wamboy, organize us. Wamboy, tell us what we'll do in December. Making Wamboy hold things together, and Wamboy feeling like, wow, now I'm so important. This makes me feel valuable. And we don't recognize burnout as a negative. Okay, we always say, oh, she's so reliable. If you need anything, just talk to Wamboi. And we never ask Wamboi, when do you rest, when do you relax? No, we never say, Wamboi, thanks, I have everything set, you don't, I can continue from here, you don't need to continue, thank you so much, you can now rest. We never, because women's labor is so sweet, because it's free. It's free. Why wouldn't I want to have free labor? Women's labor is mostly free. Free motherhood, free firstborn daughterness, free daughterhood. Women's labor is free. You can come, we can go to work together, me and you. We are partners. We can go to work. We can both be in the army, but in the evening, the woman will clean, cook, blah, 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 blah. And at night, she will do other labor for you. So, as in, women's labor is so free and so invisible. And that is why, if you don't recognize your own burnout, no one is going to recognize it for you, because your services are free. You have no boundaries. You don't take care of yourself. And this this is something that we have to be on the lookout for. Burnout is not just about doing too much. It's about doing too much without support. It's not about, oh, she's so hardworking. It's about doing too much without support, doing too much without receiving anything in return, being everything to everyone except yourself. You're number last on your list. This is the reason why you're burnt out. And in my In my intro on TikTok, I was telling you, burnt out people are not burnt out because they are lazy. And I actually was asking for people who identify as lazy. Can you tell us if you feel burnt out yourself? Can you tell us if you feel burnt out? Because being burnt out is not for people who are just tired of working and they just want to lay down and like let go of their responsibilities. It's actually people who are holding on so tight on responsibilities and other people's responsibilities that they are the captain not only of their own ship, but they're captains of other people's ships. Not ship the May, ship the Titanic. And so being burnt out is not about being lazy. You're holding too much. You're not letting go. You're not relinquishing control. And most likely, if you follow up, you will find that you're operating mostly on your masculine energy, and it's time to lean back into your feminine energy. And feminine energy is about being, is about relinquishing control. It's about allowing life to move towards you. It's knowing that your worth doesn't come from your performance, and you allow yourself to rest, because rest is rebellious. And we are an underground army of women who prioritize rests in their lives, okay? So I hope this session, it was very short. I hope it was useful for you. I hope to see you in the next one where we start talking about how I am trying to deal with burnout, okay? How some strategies that I've been using that have been helping with burnout, especially decision fatigue. As a mother of children in different age categories, teenagers, Gen Alphas, Gen Zs, and a working woman, decision fatigue. So, quirky ways in which I have been trying to use to deal with burnout. So, hopefully, I can't wait to hear how you deal with your own. I am not expecting everyone is burnt out, and some people are very good at avoiding reaching to that stage. So, I can't wait to hear how you're managing for yourselves, how you're managing to not get to burnout, how you're managing to rest, relax in a world that sees that as very strange. And I am actually looking for your strange ideas on how you're managing. So take care of yourself. See you soon and have a good evening. Bye bye.